Let's talk about lugs today. Lugs are important because we use them in a lot of disciplines. Let's talk about the first lug, which is the round lug, which is usually is never 90 degrees, but is usually with a conic shape that we have a little bit of inclination on both sides. They can be also made like this if we want to. You can give inclination on one part and you can go 90 on the other. You can make them more like ovals, you can make them like perfect round. And what we can do as the second step is maybe make some cuts over them, maybe something like this, so that they give a little bit of more traction and they will be drained. If there's any liquid getting inside, it's gonna go out. So that is what we can do also. These have 360 traction. It means that they don't push or they don't really break, but they have the reaction for 360 degrees. So you can use them in different segments. We have all the explanations and all the answers in Outsole Design Academy when and how to choose the different shapes of lugs. This, when we make a sole, we would see it perfectly this way or maybe like this. It depends on what kind of inclination we are giving. So this is how we see them on the profile, and when we look at them from the up, when we are designing the bottom, we will see them this way. So we see the, like the inclination, we would see it more or less in this way. And then if we are making any cuts, we would see them this way. So these are like the rounded lugs. And then the other classical lug that we use a lot is the perfect square. This is like the Nike waffle lug. We can see it also like this because we have it a little bit with the inclination, so it's kind of conic, which we use it a lot. And then the inclinations will change on each sport and each positioning that we have on the sole. And this is something that we get into in Outsole Design Academy really deeply, how to place the lugs with different inclinations, because they push forward or they can also break, right? So these are the fundamentals of the lugs. Here also we can do some cuts over them. The cuts will make our lugs a little bit of lighter and they will give a little bit of more elasticity. We don't have to do them all the time. And sometimes we have a little spike going up, like in the running shoes. And what happens is this part is gonna wear out easily, but it gives a little bit of flexion. It's gonna flex a little bit. It looks really nice aesthetically. I really love to use them, but I know that when they're in the bottom, they are gonna wear off very easily. And if they're on the lateral, they will stay there for a very long time. So these are the two very fundamental shapes of lugs that we use, and then we have all the other shapes that we can create. Of course, they can be custom made, they can have different shapes. We can also combine shapes with some bridges and then make them a new element. We can give maybe on one part a little bit of inclination, on the other part another inclination. We can also make some cuts over them. So starting from here, we can also talk about triangle lugs. They're also important because you can place them in different ways, also placing the lugs and the distance between them. If you want to learn how to sketch factory-ready soles, click the link in the description and sign up to the Outsole Design Masterclass waitlist.